Hello, my name is Stephanie Croyle and I'm a veterinarian. I also have a bachelor's in animal science and I'm currently pursuing a PhD in epidemiology at the University of Guelph. Today I'd like to share with you some of my research regarding lameness in dairy cattle. My major research questions were: what is the overall prevalence of lameness in Canada? What is the distribution of the disease? And also, what are some areas that we might be able to intervene in order to help farmers reduce the level of lameness that they have on their farms? These questions are really important because we know that lameness is both a welfare issue as well as a production issue. We were able to investigate these questions through what was called the National Dairy Study, which took place in 2015. Every single dairy farmer in Canada was invited to participate in this study. And actually we had 11% of farmers respond, meaning that we had over 1,000 farmers fill out the survey. We then subsequently went to 374 of those farmers' farms in order to do some farm visits to follow up to the survey. Some of the questions we asked in the survey were things like: how often do you trim your cow's feet? Who trims your cow's feet? Also, how confident are you in identifying a mildly lame cow? Or how confident are you in identifying a severely lame cow? How often do you look for lameness besides just casual observation when you milk your cows? We also asked farmers to estimate their current herd level lameness prevalence. So we asked them, what percent of your cows would be mild to severely lame if we were to go out and assess your cows? For the farm visit portion, we were able to detect lameness using two different techniques. The first is the 5-point locomotion score. This is where a cow would be considered lame if she was a 3, 4, or 5. A cow with a score of 3 would be considered mildly lame. This would be a cow that has a slight limp, or maybe a cow that a farmer might perceive as just not walking quite right. The other method we used was stall lameness scoring. This is where we observe a cow and look for 4 lameness behaviors. If a cow had 2 out of the 4 lameness behaviors, we would call her lame. For more information and examples of those techniques, you can go to www.nationaldairystudy.ca/videos, where we go through examples and explain those scoring systems. We found that, on average, herd level lameness prevalence was 26% on farms across Canada. And this number is very similar to prevalences reported in other parts of the world, such as the UK, the US, and Chile. Interestingly, we found that farmers were quite confident in their ability to score mildly lame cows as well as severely lame cows, meaning that they reported to be, on average, 8 to 9 out of 10 confident. But despite that confidence, farmers were underestimating lameness in their herds. Farmers were missing 2 out of every 3 lame cows that we detected. Another interesting thing is that when we compared farmers who reported that they picked up mildly lame cows' feet and investigated a mildly lame cow within 48 hours, had significantly lower lameness than farmers who did not pick up the feet within 48 hours. This indicates that it might be very important to overall herd level lameness to both detect and treat mild lameness sooner. And this actually coincides really nicely with some new research coming out of the UK, which provides evidence that once a foot of a cow has physiological changes with their first case of lameness, it makes them more predisposed to future cases of lameness. It also makes them more likely to have more severe lameness, such as 4s and 5s, compared to that 3. So this makes sense. If we actually detect mild lameness early and treat, we can reduce overall herd level lameness. Another interesting finding is that when we looked at the amount of bedding that was present in the cow's resting area, we realized that with each increase in depth, there was a 5% reduction in overall herd level lameness, meaning that the more bedding depth, the lower the amount of lameness. Overall, I think the big take-home messages that came out of this study is that farmers are missing those mildly lame cows, And that's really where we can take action and prevent physiological changes to the cow's feet, and then therefore reduce overall herd level lameness. If we start doing that, I think we can not only reduce lameness on an individual farm level, but also on a national level.